Before we get started on this hot lap, we would like to first give a quick mention to the Williams team. All of us here at Everything F1 extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Sir Frank Williams, who passed away this week, and to the whole of the F1 paddock who had the pleasure of knowing him. Sir Frank came into F1 with a passion for racing and little else, and went on to become one of the most famous and most successful names in the history of the sport. His influence will never be forgotten, and F1 is forever a better sport for his immense influence. Rest in peace, Sir Frank. We would also like to extend a quick get well soon message to Jos Capito, who's the team principal of Williams, who on the day of filming, just before the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix weekend, has just been confirmed to have contracted COVID-19. We wish him a very speedy recovery and hope he can make the final round in Abu Dhabi in a couple of weeks' time. Anyway, onto the track, and for the second time this season, and the second time in as many races actually, we have a brand new circuit on the F1 calendar, the Formula 1 STC Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, to give it its official title. Hosted at the only very recently as in last week, completed Jeddah Corniche circuit in the Red Sea port city of Jeddah in, of course, Saudi Arabia. Thankfully though, unlike Qatar last time out, Jeddah has actually been added to the Codemasters F1 2021 game, as you can see the Williams car streaming around it now, so we can actually show you a bit more of an accurate hot lap than we could of Qatar, which is not in the game. Now, just to mention, there have of course been comments, complaints and queries raised over the, shall we say, morality of F1 racing at yet another Middle Eastern country, particularly one like Saudi Arabia, which has a less than favourable global image. However, we are not going to talk about that anymore today, or we'd be here all week. Let's just get straight into the circuit. The Jeddah circuit is a 6.174 kilometre or 3.836 mile street circuit, dubbed the fastest street circuit in the world, and features a whopping 27 corners on paper, because as you'll see, most of them scarcely deserve to be recognised as corners. It is a Tilke designed track, as you might have guessed, because of course it is. But it's not the Tilke you're familiar with. This circuit was actually designed by Carsten Tilke, who is the son of the famed Hermann Tilke, who of course has designed virtually all of F1's new circuits in the past few decades. For those of you who remember back to the, shall we say, underwhelming Valencia street circuit, you may actually find some familiarity in Jeddah. It may have concrete walls lining very close to the circuit and next to no runoff area. It's also extremely fast and most of the lap is taken at full throttle, and the main DRS zone isn't technically on a straight. Sounds exactly like Valencia. But anyway, that's enough preamble. Let's get straight into the lap, and we start at the hairpin of turn 27 with a wide entrance to get the car as straight as possible onto the power, down the home straight, DRS opening just before the start line to start the lap. Heavy braking into turn 1 and sacrifice a bit to get a tight line to the left and open up turn 2, which is also very tight, and the tiny left kink of 3, get as much power down as you can. 4 is another 90-degree left, but much quicker, and into the snaking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 section, where your entry line to 5 actually determines your line and speed through this whole section, so it's crucial to be on the correct trajectory. 11 and 12 literally don't exist at all if you have a look at the track map, and just add to the ridiculousness of this comically short DRS zone, in air quotes, down to the long left of 13. Let the car run wide in braking and slingshot out through 14 and 15. Brake and flick tight to the barrier at 16. Mount the curb and get on power as early as you can and head flat out through 17, 18, 19, and 20. And 21. Again, not really corners at all. 22 though is tricky. If you're brave, hold 6th gear and get within centimetres of the wall to the left and straighten up again to go flat out through the double left of 23 and 24. Open DRS again at the slight arc of 25 and 26, and then heavy braking at last into 27 into the final hairpin. Get as close as you can to the apex on the left and let the curb on the right give you that extra bit of space to get the power down onto the main straight. Get DRS open again for that little bit of an extra push coming up to the finish line. And there we have it, a lap of the Jeddah circuit. I have to admit, it took some time to get used to this on the Codemasters F1 2021 game, but once I did, I actually found myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. It is a fast and tricky enough circuit, which I'm sure the drivers will actually enjoy the challenge of, particularly in qualifying, but don't expect much in the way of action on Sunday. That's my prediction of the week. Overtaking is really only likely into turns 1 and 27 with the assistance of DRS, and the rest of the lap is likely to be extremely processional, as while it's an extremely fast track, the still narrow nature of the street circuit added to the 2 meter wide Formula 1 cars means it's unlikely we'll see too much in the way of non-DRS assisted overtakes. And even at that, because of the high-speed nature of this circuit and these cars not exactly being designed for following in high speed, you might not even get close enough in DRS out of a corner to make overtakes unless you're on very, very fresh tyres. As with most street circuits though, pole position is likely to be extremely important here. So tell us, who is your money on for it? Can Lewis clinch it and bring the gap down to 0 points going into the last weekend in Abu Dhabi? Will Max finally land a punch back after 2 weeks of what Christian Horner has described as damage control? Or, as a bit of an alternative, will Ferrari's previous street circuit might come back? We saw them clinch pole with Charles Leclerc in Monaco and Baku, so they might spring a surprise. They've been in very good form recently with their new engines, haven't they? Anyway, let us know your predictions in the comments below. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe. We have a lot of new content planned for the rest of this season and into next season, which you're not going to want to miss. If you're watching on Facebook, please do be sure to like and share with your friends. Also, remember to check out the Everything F1 podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Our latest episode previewing this weekend's race is live now. Anyway, thanks very much as always for watching, and we hope you enjoy this weekend's Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.